as the title says, Resident Evil 4, and this game here that I have in on PS2, Code Veronica. All right. I was thinking as I was booting up this game that I remember reading an article. No, I wasn't reading an article. I was on the toilet taking a shit, and as I was enjoying my gorgeous shit, it felt so fucking good. As I was enjoying that, I was watching a video on YouTube. If I haven't said that before, if I did, forgive me. My memory is fucked up. Um, as I was taking this wonderful, awesome shit on the toilet, I was watching this YouTube video that was showing. I forgot what the video was entitled. What the title of the video was, but there was one point in there when I've learned that the director for Resident Evil 4 was upset when it was no longer exclusive to the GameCube. And I was like, what? What is there to be upset about? Your game is going to be played by more people now. Why do you want it to be exclusive to the fucking GameCube? You know what I'm saying? This game here, as you see, Code Veronica was also exclusive to the GameCube, but it later was ported to the PS2. You know, they was gonna keep it exclusive to the GameCube, but I'm glad they changed their mind because I ended up playing it myself. Is it my favorite Resident Evil game? No. Did I enjoy it? Yeah. But the thing is, I got to play it, and I got to judge for myself whether it's worth my time or not. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, turn this shit down. Hold on. All right. With that being said, uh, I got to play it, and I'm far from the only one that got to play it. You know, that wouldn't have played it otherwise if if it didn't become multi-platform. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Let me get this straight. I am not against exclusive games being exclusively for Xbox, PlayStation, whatnot, whatever. The Wii. My thing is this: they shouldn't remain exclusives. That's my thing. They should be exclusive about maybe about a year, something like that. You know, give people the chance to go in and buy because exclusive, there are system sellers. You know what I'm saying? Exclusive games. I bought the Xbox as a result of exclusives. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's like they system sellers. That's what upset me about the PS5 launch that they had no games that stood out, and they still have no games that stand out even to this day. The fucking PS5 has been out for over a goddamn year. It's going on 2 years, I bet now. Time does fucking fly while you're playing video games, doesn't it? So that was my fucking gripe about PS5. It's well, Demon Souls isn't exclusive. That's not on PS4. That's a fucking remake of a PS3 game. They ported it to the PS5, so that doesn't fucking count. That is not a true fucking exclusive. A true exclusive is a brand new fucking game that hasn't been on any other platform but that platform. That's a true fucking exclusive. Now that I got that out the way, you have people getting upset. They even fucking players getting upset when their favorite game becomes multi-platform and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why are you upset about that? Like, let's take Mass Effect for example. I love fucking Mass Effect. Mass Effect was on the fucking exclusive to Xbox when I first played it. And I play it. I spent hours playing that game. Okay, and yet when they got ported to PS2, when they got ported to the PS4, I mean three, I mean rather when it became multi-platform, gotta form my fucking words right. I was like, wow, because I didn't think that was ever gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Because back then I wasn't thinking what I'm thinking now. They shouldn't be exclusives for the long haul. You know what I'm saying? I say about a year or less, maybe 6 months at the most. A game should be exclusive. Maybe 2 years. Fuck it, because a lot can happen in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Plus, if that game becomes multi-platform, all the fucking extras on that game may be free for the others who own the other platform. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are a lot of PC games that are exclusive to the PC, and it's only for two reasons. One, it cannot be converted to the consoles because the consoles can't handle certain PC games. And number two, developers, organizations like Sony and Microsoft don't want hentai games on their consoles. They don't want to convert hentai games over there where you're fucking a girl and shit and seeing breasts and the fucking pussy, a man's big ass dick playing a video game. They don't want those type of games on consoles for some fucking reason. You know what I'm saying? It's like, holy shit. You know, but it's okay to have fucking Mortal Kombat, you know what I'm saying? You know, with blood and gore and shit. That's fucking A-okay to have fucking Mortal Kombat, you know? I mean, goddamn. It's crazy, man. It's like, yeah, they own the companies. They got to say what games come over, what games don't. You know what I'm saying? Some of it's fucking confusing to me. Like, for example, this is one game called um fucking Tacoma. It's a side-scrolling horror game. It's called Tacoma. Hi. It's called Tacoma, and part one is not on PS4, but part two is. Part one used to be on PS4, but they took it down for some fucking reason. Um, People say it's a licensing issue, but I say, how's it a licensing issue when I can download and play part two, but I can't download and play part one? You know what I'm saying? So I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Yet, on the other hand, if you turn to the Nintendo Switch, they have Tacoma 1 and Tacoma 2 on there that you can purchase off the Switch, Nintendo Switch. Say what you will about Nintendo, but they've came up throughout these recent years as putting more adult-rated games because it makes sense because those who grew up playing Mario in the 90s are fucking adults now, you know? So it makes sense. I mean, yeah, they have children too that play Mario because they played it as kids, but I'm talking about the gamers who grew up that was in the 90s that played Mario and shit. Um they're grown now. You know, and Nintendo doesn't want to lose them, you know what I'm saying? So because I think they don't want to be called a children's console or a child or made for kids. I don't think they like that. I think that's another driving force as to why they put more mature games on the Wii and the Switch and all that. But uh, biting the shit out of her ass. Anyway, I got distracted. Anyways, exclusives, man. It's like exclusives shouldn't remain exclusives forever. That's my point, and it does serve a purpose. So let's have it both ways. Don't let it be exclusive forever. Let it be exclusive for a little while. Hopefully, people will buy the system for it and shit. You know. I mean, I get it as far as some games never porting over to the other console because of licensing. I get that, like Halo, for example. We may never see a Halo game on a PS4. You know what I'm saying? Because that's fucking Microsoft shit. That's Xbox game. We may never ever see Infamous Second Son on the Xbox because that's Sony's game. Uncharted, it's Sony's game. The Uncharted series and shit. Need I go on? You know. However, in recent years, we have games that were Xbox exclusive for years, such as Alan Wake, for example, convert over to the PS4. Another game that was exclusive for even longer than Alan Wake. I'm not including the PC. I'm including the consoles only, by the way. Was another a very unique RPG, mind you, called The Last Remnant. The Last Remnant. That was exclusive to Xbox for years. Yeah, that's on the PS4 now, and updated graphics and HD and all that shit. So, so I thought so that's pretty fucking cool. But note, those games that I mentioned were not Microsoft games per se. They were fucking published by Square Enix. You know, another game that I hope will go multi-platform. It's about time it does now. Is an RPG game. I think it's the only RPG in the game that brings tears to my eyes when I play it. It's called Lost Odyssey. Check that out. I hope that comes on the PS4 to PS5. Updated graphics and shit. That'd be fucking dope. I want more people to play that game. See, that's why I want these exclusive games or the games that never seen the light of day on the other platform to go on there because I want more people to play it. Because not everybody's gonna buy a fucking Xbox One and Xbox One X or whatever the fuck it's called now. Not everybody's gonna buy that and vice versa with Sony. That's why I don't believe in permanent exclusives. I don't believe it. You know? I mean, Resident Evil 4 it started out on GameCube, then it went to PS2. From PS2 it skipped to 3 and it went to 4. Resident Evil 4. So I think that's awesome. The reason why let's be fucking honest here. Let's get real. The reason why Resident Evil 4 has seen two jumps from the GameCube was because it's popular. It's highly popular. I'm still surprised that Resident Evil 5 jumped to the fucking PlayStation 4. Most people fucking shitted on that game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not among them, but I've seen a lot of shit thrown his way. Amuse me nonetheless. But I did see a lot of shit thrown their way. People just don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 6 as well. I'm surprised that game seen the light of day with PS4. You know. And Code Veronica, yeah, this is on PS4 as well. Uh, you know, they remade the Resident Evil games, and I mean, I'm not a fan of those games at this point. I have no interest in playing them, but to each his own. Uh, so yeah, it's like I just want everybody to enjoy games because we are gamers. You know what I'm saying? We're gamers, man. We should be able to play all these games. We should all be able to play all these fucking games, man. That's my thing. Like I said, you're never gonna see no hint. At least at this point in time, you're not gonna see any hentai games on Xbox One and fucking PS5 and Xbox One S or whatever the fuck. Like I said, whatever the fuck it is now. Xbox DXX, or whatever it's called. What am I gonna call the next one? Double X? I don't know. Code Veronica X, Xbox Code X. I probably gave somebody a fucking idea that work at the company. Now, oh shit, let's call the next one Code X. That sounds awesome. Xbox Code X. So, anyways, that's what I want to talk about just a little bit since I popped this game, man. You know, I was just, it, the subject man just popped into my head as I was fucking booting up the game and shit. And yeah, so as far as my gaming streaming is concerned, here's a bonus information I thought I'd add into this video about my streaming situation. As you may or may not have known, that I'm no longer game streaming. Note that I said game streaming on the stream using streaming apps. I'm only going to, you know, so I'm only going to do like chill streams on the streaming apps, not game streams, because I I just have bad luck with these fucking apps, man. The one I've been using for a long time ended up fucking shitting on me. You know, I made many videos. I think I made about 4 or 5 videos doing tests, and they failed. And made some impassioned videos on the side. How this is fucking with me and shit. But I'm getting that shit together as we speak. First, I gotta open up a PO box. That's what I gotta do first. I gotta fucking change my address on my state ID so I can get a PO box. And a friend of mine convinced me to do it, so I said, "Fuck it, I'll do it." I'm not gonna go into details to why, but basically, my mailing situation in this new apartment of mine is fucking shitty. It's fucking really shitty. Which should be against the law, but that's another story for another fucking time. I ain't finna go there. Just pisses me off when I think about it. But anyways, I'll be up and streaming soon. I can't say exactly when I start because I'm gonna give me a headset, but I'm gonna be streaming on my PS4 at this point for now. I do want to advance get a PC and a capture card so I can stream on PS2 and my PS3 and my Xbox. Stream games on there too that I don't have on the PS4, you know. So that's me at this point in time. Headset, get a PO box, change my update my information on my state ID, and yeah, I'll be good to go. At least as far as streaming on PS4 is concerned. Uh, so yeah, man, that's pretty much it. At this point, I really have nothing else to say about exclusives in Resident Evil 4 and Code Veronica, but I can't share with you how I got into Resident Evil. The first Resident Evil game I played was Resident Evil 2 on the PS2. PS1, my bad. It was when it just came out. It was in the late '90s. My mom bought it for me and my brother for Christmas, and that was my first entry into the series. I played 3 after that, and then I played the first one, which I didn't like. The bad dialogue just ruined it for me. It was fucking awful. Uh, I couldn't put it down, man. I fucking love Resident Evil. Part 2 was fucking. I like the fact that you could play 2 different people and shit. They each had their own disc, and they had the new game plus or scenario B feature on there, which I thought was fucking dope. You know, it's more replay value and shit. I loved it, man. I couldn't put the game down for shit. Uh, Resident Evil 4, I like that. You know, horror elements is still there and shit. It's fun. I like the over the shoulder camera shit. You know what I'm saying? That was a good move for them on their part to do that with Resident Evil 4. and they kept that shit up to Resident Evil 5 and 6, and the Revelation games, So I'm glad. Uh, um, so so basically, yeah. As how I feel about, like I said, I think I pretty much said earlier that I do like Resident Evil 5. I enjoy it a lot, man. I like Resident Evil 6 as well. I like the fact that Resident Evil 6, which people have to admit is a good idea, even though they don't like 6. I I brought it to their attention that in Leon's campaign in Resident Evil 6, um, you have the horror segment. You know what I'm saying? They put all the horror segment in Leon's campaign, and 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 with Ada's campaign, Ada Wong, which you don't have to unlock her if you play it on PS4 version. She's already unlocked at the start. But in the Xbox 360 and the PS3, you have to beat all the other campaigns in order to unlock Ada. But anyways, Ada Wong's campaigns focused on puzzle solving and shit like that. So hers the puzzle section. Then you had Chris Redfield and Pierce Nevins, if I say his full name right. That was the shoot 'em up section, which people despise of Resident Evil 5. And anyway, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you just shoot people. There's no fear anymore. I agree, but it was fucking fun though to play. It's always fun to play 5 and 6. But yeah, so that's Chris Redfield's campaign. It's a shoot 'em up Call of Duty shit. Um, Zombie warfare and all that shit, just blowing up shit and shooting motherfuckers. So that's Chris Redfield and Pierce Nevins. I hope I'm saying this right. I hope I said his full name right. But the other guy's named Pierce. Cool character, which I don't feel he gets enough recognition. That guy is fucking awesome. Loyal to the cause, man. Then you have Sherry Birkin and Albert Wesker's bastard son, which is Jake. I can't think of his last name. It's not Wesker though. I think it's Jake Trevor or some shit. I forgot, man. His name is Jake though. Anyways, their campaign features the thrill. That's the thrill section of the game. So you got all the fucking falling and sliding down fucking icy mountains and fucking high speed chases and shit. It's all about thrill with Sherry Birkin slash Jake campaign. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thrill section. Did I cover them all? So we got Ada Wong, the puzzle section, Leon and Helena Harper. That's the horror section. Then you have Kristen Pierce. That's the shoot 'em up section. Then you got Jake and Sherry, which is the thrill section. So that's 4 campaigns. Thought it was 5, but it's 4 campaigns. And I'm glad they split them up. I didn't catch it until I kept playing the game. I wasn't told it before playing it. I just caught wind of it because I played the whole fucking game and beat all the campaigns into it. Because I think I had it on the PS3, if I'm not mistaken. Was it a PS3? Yeah, I think it was PS3 I played it on. And I beat all the campaigns and shit. So I was like, wait a minute, I'm seeing a pattern here. I remember I started playing Leon's campaign first and shit. And I forgot who what I played. I think it was I think it was Leon's campaign, then it was Jake and Sherry Birkin. And Chris, then of course it was Ada. I think it was like that. But anyways, I enjoy Resident Evil 6. A lot of people say that they only like the fucking the co-op shit, play with a friend and shoot up some zombies and shit. You know. Yeah, Resident Evil 5, like I said, I like that. I like the co-op better in 5 than 6. Because part 6, your partner can never die. No matter what, your partner could never die. I thought that fucking sucked. In six, your partner can die, so because your partner dies, it's fucking game over. You know what I'm saying? It's over if your partner dies. So I like that dynamic. You got to look after your partner and shit. I like the co-op. People complain about. I really have no complaints about the co-op except people make it sound like it happens all the time. But take it from me, who's played it constantly. Part five. I've rarely had an instance where my partner got in the way of me shooting the gun. It was sometimes when it happened, which is annoying when it does. But I don't feel I feel it didn't happen enough for me to be like, this is bullshit, man. I don't like that part of the game. Blah 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 blah. You know, it didn't happen a lot. You know what I'm saying? If it does happen, whenever it did happen to me, what I would do is that I would just move my character and just shoot. And secondly, if you want to halve that situation happening, scenario happening to you, or you want to lessen that happening to you about your partner getting in the way of you shooting, have your partner go on the defensive. Therefore, they won't be in your way. They won't, because if you have your partner cover you, they're going to be with you to cover you. You know, but if you say go, have Chris say go, or Sheva says go, and they go on the offensive, they're not going to be in your way much. It still may happen, but not as much as opposed to you having them cover you. You know, and plus they shoot better. You know what I'm saying? That was my issue with I hate the co-op in Revelations 2, despite the fact I love that game. The co-op, the AI in that game fucking sucks. I mentioned it when I was streaming it once. I was like, I'm surprised. I've never heard one fucking person complain about the uh the AI in Revelations. They're fucking awful, man. They don't do shit. You actually have to fucking buy talents to make your AI a better fucking partner. Can you believe that shit? I thought that was fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. You gotta buy a talent to make them shoot better. It's that type of shit. They barely fucking shoot the gun. It's like, I'm getting killed over here, bitch. Help me. You know what I'm saying? The AI is fucking awful in Revelations 2. Awful. Other than that, I love the game. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice challenge. It's a nice story. I like the fact they brought Claire back and all that shit. You know, it wasn't the same voice actors, but it is what it is. You know, so they couldn't fucking find her, as from what I understand. So they had to hire somebody else to play Claire in part in Revelations 2. I felt the voice fit because Claire is an older woman now. Her voice is a little bit lower. You know, she doesn't sound like that ditzy girl, that young girl as she is in this game in Resident Evil 2. You know, not that I didn't like this Claire. I like this Claire. She's awesome. Thumbs up to this Claire, young woman. You know, she's like 19, 20, 21, whatever. She's like, you know, but in Revelation, she's much older. You know what I'm saying? She's much older and wiser, and I felt the voice fit her character. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's still Claire. You know what I mean? But she's like more subdued now. You know, she's not all that. Oh my God, can't shoot a gun and shit. Claire is more capable than fucking Revelations 2. She spent years you shooting a gun because you notice in fucking Resident Evil 2, she never even fucking fired a gun before. But ironically, by the time you get to control her, she's an expert fucking marksman all of a sudden. And speaking of gun shooting, I got to talk about Silent Hill for a second, which is scarier than Resident Evil 2 by far. Silent Hill is much scarier. It fucks your mind and shit. It wasn't a Resident Evil 2 clone, you know what I'm saying? Which I'm glad it wasn't. But anyways, the guy Harry Mason, the character you play in Silent Hill 1, PS1, he never fired a gun before. Or if he did, he didn't fire it much. Probably did just use it for fucking target practice or something, maybe. But anyways, he's not a good marksman, and it shows when you play him as a character. Sometimes when you aim and point blank at the monster, or whatever you shoot, sometimes the bullets are gonna miss. It makes sense because he never fired a gun before, and the way he holds it is kind of clunky. I like that detail a lot. Maybe a lot of people missed this why they didn't mention the reviews, but I learned that later on. I actually missed it myself when I first played it. So, but yeah, but learning that is interesting about Harry, that you can feel that he doesn't know how to shoot a gun. And he even says it when the cop the cop you run into in the beginning of the game gives him a gun to protect himself because he was on going to look for his daughter. You know what I'm saying? And she said, "Here, take a gun." He said, "I never fired a gun before." You know what I'm saying? And she just point and shoot and know what you're shooting at. She was just telling him that shit. Think before you shoot. Blah blah blah. You know the general shit. So you know right there that he's not a good gun shooter, and it show like I said, it shows when you use him as a character. I thought that was a nice feature to add into it. Um, so yeah, so that's it, man. This is a fucking half hour now. With that being said, this is why Chromosome sign the fuck out. Peace and love. Good health to you all and be safe out there. Peace. I'm out.